Common denominator number 3 is coiling the triangle into the brace of the right leg. Now, before we can do this, you must understand some things in the golf swing. People have been told for years and years and years to hold their head down and still throughout the golf swing. That's impossible to do. It's impossible to do for this reason. Your head weighs approximately 17 pounds. How in the world can a person take their head, hold it down, try to do anything athletic holding a 17-pound weight here and swinging around it? To me, it's one of the most ridiculous things you could tell an athlete to do. You paralyze them right there. What we want you to understand is this, and we want to give you some ideas on how it works. Number one, this head is nothing more than a 17-pound weight on the end of your spine. In the golf swing, your spine is the center of both of your shoulders. Now, I want you to think of something. How could you take the triangle away if you simply took your arms away and you never moved your spine? There's no way. So the idea is the spine has to move in the golf swing. It has to move if you're throwing something. It would have to move if you're hitting something. You can't hold your spine still and hit something. So if your spine moves, your head has to follow. Now let me give you some ideas on how some of the great ball strikers do this. Let's first take Jack Nicklaus, one of the greatest ball strikers that's ever been. The first thing that Jack does in the golf swing to initiate his backswing is he moves his head. Watch him closely. When he sets up and he forms the triangle in the relationship of his arms to the center of his spine, what's the first thing he does before he takes the club away? He presets his head. He does it almost dramatically. He sets up right before he takes it away. He makes a big move with his head here, which automatically sets his balance. By going here, he's cut his eyes. His balance is behind the ball before he starts. Hogan does the same thing in a little more of a subtle way. They both put their head here. What does that do? That frees the shoulders and the spine so that it can move to the right. And what I'd like for you to do, load the right side up for him here now.
About waist high?
Well, go ahead and load it up at the top. Let's talk about that first. Now, let's first understand, when we're talking about loading the right side, that's just the way his left foot, left knee, his spine shifted into his right leg. But you see where his spine is over or into the right leg. Not over it, but into the set of the right leg. And you feel pressure in here, don't you?
A lot of pressure in there.
A lot of pressure in here, a lot of pressure in here, and even up in your thigh. You feel tension in there. And that's the correct way to do it. You've got to feel the tension in there. Now, can all of you see how his spine and his weight simply shifted into his right leg? Now, that's the move behind the ball into the right leg. Artie, show him a little reverse pivot there, just so they can see the difference. See where his weight now is into his left leg. Now, at the same time, come back to the wall, come back to the loaded right side. Now, show him over the wall, please, just so they can see. Now, that's moving over the wall. Obviously, he's off balance. He's over the wall. The reverse pivot would have been the other way. Show him the right position again. There we go. That's into the right leg.